Hi, I'm Gary Neuman here, author of Connect to Love, The Keys to Transforming Your Relationship. Welcome to my Webisode series, Connect to Love. What happens to the woman who cheats when her family and friends know about it? Do you think women who cheat are seen and treated differently than men who cheat? Let's return to Cathy, a woman I spoke with recently, who came forward to share her story. Cathy will tell us her opinion about if women who cheat are treated differently, and she'll reveal how her life might have been altered if people were there for her. Finally, Cathy will share her very heartfelt feelings about how she tried to reunite with her husband and found it to be too little, too late. Tell me about what happens to the woman who cheats with all of her friends and family and lack of support.
My behavior conjures up some pretty deep-seated fears in a lot of people, and that's kind of what happened. I wish that people had been stronger, and I don't blame my friends. I can't do that. That's wrong. But had people been able to just pick up the phone and say, "Kath, what are you doing?" instead of just slamming the door for whatever reason and ignoring the situation and ignoring me, maybe somebody would have said would have gotten through or made something click.
Even if you have a friend who is doing the wrong thing, to be able to support them, not by supporting them by agreeing with them and saying, "Go you," but by saying, "Look, I can understand, but look what you're doing and think this through, and I think you should be looking at this differently."
I'll tell you what, Gary, when people just slam the door in your face, what happened with me is it drove me even closer to this guy that I was with. He was all I had. You know, it's kind of like, well, this is what men do, but women, are you crazy? Go outside of your marriage and have, you know, extramarital sex? I've said this a million times. Had I become an alcoholic, I wouldn't have lost all my friends and my family's support. People would have been there for me all day long to try to help. And it's really not that much different. As you said, it is a spell. It is like a drug. And I was hooked.
Where's the story now in your life?
I asked the other man in my life at the time to move out, and my husband basically told me it's too little too late and I need the closure of divorce and I don't love you anymore. So I was alone for a few months, and then this other guy came back into the picture, and then we weren't together again, and now we've been together since last January. You know, I love him. We have a good relationship. There are a lot of good things about us, but it's just not my family together. It's a plan B, is how I call it.
So when you think about the pain of what the future holds, is it not having your original family together that makes you sad?
It's partially that, but it's partially the fact that I didn't go to my husband and try to make our marriage better, and had I, it would be better. And I don't think I would be divorced. I'm fairly confident I would not be divorced. I think that what we had was good, and it could have been better, and I could have been happy. And it wasn't my marriage that made me unhappy. It was other things that I just wasn't addressing.
Cathy told me that she was so alone when her family and friends backed away from her. It drove her to be even closer to the man she cheated with. That showed me how important it is to be there for people we care about. I think sometimes we feel that if we have anything to do with the people we feel are acting inappropriately, then we are condoning their behavior. But we can still be there for others and indeed let them know that although we love them and care about them, that we very much think they're hurting themselves and others through their behavior. It's often repeated conversations like that with those who love us that can sometimes snap us out of unhealthy living and give us the strength and inspiration to change. Well, again, thank you, Cathy, for letting us all learn from your story. Thanks for joining me. You can learn more about Cathy's story as she'll be blogging with us on my website at mgaryneuman.com. Join my Facebook group discussions at Connect to Love and follow me on Twitter at mgaryneuman.
Read M. Gary Neuman's Connect to Love, Available wherever books and ebooks are sold.